I vouch for Trill.
Nah, he sent me something the other day. That's gonna be on his new album.
You know what? I mess with Titan. Nah, I ain't gonna lie though. I vouch for Titan, but Titan asked me like, man, big bro, you know, you got to get in the studio with me, and we gonna, you know, I want you to, push me, and you know, have me take to the next level. Man, that man ain't like, man. Every time we supposed to get in,
he loafing, ain't
man. That man loafing.
Look him in the camera right there. Looking in the camera right there.
I told him, I said, man, look, I said, if you get me in the studio with you, and MK said it, like the one I was in there with, he said that was his best album that he did.
It was.
And keep this in mind now. It was a lot. As much as I rock with MK, and that's my protege, that's my guy.
Yeah,
I love him, but it was some stuff that we butted heads on. There was some stuff that I felt like he should have kept in.
Of course,
you know what I'm saying. But still, even with that being said, he said, "Man, that was my best joint," and he didn't. Now, granted, you know he's his own man, but like I told Trill, I told Titan, I was like, "Man, you get me in the yo with you." I said, I'm gonna push you. I ain't gonna let you be mediocre. I ain't gonna let you just half-ass. Like, you gonna have to come with it. Yeah. If the verse ain't hitting, nope, go back and do it. Like, well, we gonna get that work in.
Yeah.
I told all of them.
We need to make that happen,
I told all of them, man, get me in there with you.
Because he's actually in the lab now doing a new album, and he let me hear a couple songs in there. And Rag, when I say... I maybe let you hear something off camera but
and keep in mind, I didn't write anything for MK.
The boys,
like it might have been a line that, you know, I said maybe, you know, you change this word and put that, but he wrote all his own stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I told Titan, like, I'm not finna let you be lazy
just
because you're too creative.
Yeah,
you're too talented
and
you're
actually
too skilled.
Actually, I told him y'all remind me of each other in a bit because I've never heard a whack or bad song from you. I've never heard a whack or bad song from him. All verse.
I was finna say, don't be comparing me.
Welcome to the Presidential Executive Podcast, y'all. Episode 32.
I wasn't gonna say that, but you paused.
I know. I had to make sure I didn't say rundown.
I was like, no, you was good though.
I know.
You paused.
I was like,
man, I was right there with you.
I was right there. So, what's going on, y'all? What's going to players mess up? You know what I'm saying? It happens, but y'all continue to subscribe, actually like this video right now. So before we get into it, y'all, we're on all podcast platforms. Y'all know the deal. I don't got to say them all, but we are on Apple, we're on Spotify and Stitcher, Amazon Music, all those. So
yeah, man, y'all add us.
Check us,
subscribe.
Yeah, please check us out on that. I do want to give a shout out, man. I don't know if you said, I shared it on my Facebook the other day. This dude, T Money, he did a rendition of the Fresh Prince, and it was like the Fresh Prince was from Memphis, and he did the scene of the Fresh Prince. You remember when his dad was gonna leave him?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so where is that at?
It's on my page, but actually I want to shout.
You need to put it on the President's Executive Podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm
gonna look at it on your page.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. Oh, dog.
I gotta watch it.
I watched it like 5 times.
Man, I gotta watch it.
Crying.
I gotta watch it.
I'm crying. Like, this is like. It's because it's so his home from Memphis. Like, people like this that talk like this. And
now this is an old one. You remember that song "Making My Way Downtown"?
Yeah.
Like, one of my videos is, I don't know the dude's name, but he's like, making my way through the hood, sipping this yak. Like, you gotta watch it. Yeah. Like, if you need a good laugh, you're having a bad day, you need a good laugh. Cause he was like, I don't know what they be singing. Like, what if I sang it in my version? And so he's like walking, he got the bottle of yak, like. So I'm gonna check that one out. But you need to check that one out.
I need to add that, dog.
You need to check that one out.
This video, when I'm talking about, Rag, it's one of those videos. If I'm feeling down and I just need a laugh, like I
gotta watch it now.
That's my go-to video, dog. Like perfect, actually. And I looked on his page. I follow him on Instagram now. It's called T Money _so funny. Yeah. I think he's an up and coming young comedian in Memphis. That does voiceovers and stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's shout out to him because it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. And you made my day. Even made the wifey laugh.
Man,
like,
maybe you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
What's up?
normally have a good ratio. It is entirely too much yak. I'm just letting you know now.
It's a lot of yak.
I was sipping. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is potent.
See, so that means we need to keep going before that thing get down in the bloodstream like that. You know what I'm saying? Before it get down real hard like that. So y'all continue to do that. And I want to go ahead and get into our actual topic here. Oh,
shout out to your gato. I see you got the good Gorilla Brain again on.
Yeah, Gorilla Brain, man. This is just my executive mindset hat. So I like that. I feel when I have this on that, you know what I'm saying? What's it called? I exude all that is with the executive mindset. You know what I'm saying? Because you always keep it presidential. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You definitely had that executive mindset.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep
much
it like that. Much
to my annoying sometimes. Like he'd be like, nigga, but I get it though.
Gotta do it.
Because you know what? When you know somebody hard, you're able to look past the fault.
Preach. That's what it is. And so, this whole thing about soulmates, right?
Oh wow!
Like.
Definitely a JB topic.
Yeah, this is one of my topics here because I've heard it a lot. It is, you know, it's interesting to a state. What I want to do, I want to give our, you know, view on it, and then I actually have some stuff that I looked up that this doctor, psychologist actually said about it that I thought was, you know, kind of interesting. And because I think it ties into this whole thing about soulmates in today, because honestly, in the world that we live in today, you say LGBTQ or whatever, you know, soulmate can be anybody. It don't matter who it is. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's a connection. So it doesn't have a gender. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Let's do it.
I'm going to put you on the spot. So first of all, in lieu of the topic, shout out to you. Yeah. You know, we did this on the rundown, but congratulations to you and your lovely wife, you know, for celebrating 8 years. I was fortunate enough and honored enough to stand next to you up there.
Yeah.
I posted pictures of us on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, especially because I caught the garter.
You did?
You know, I snatched it. I wasn't playing.
He got it.
But,
he got it.
You know, so in lieu of that, and in lieu of the topic, how do you feel about that topic? And would you say, based on your answer, now if depending on what your answer is, do you or do you not believe in that based on your answer, and go?
I believe you can have a soulmate, you know, in the technical term of it, but I don't believe it's, you know what I'm saying, what everybody kind of thinks about it. To me, in any type of relationship or whatever, you think, when people think of soulmate, this is just, you know, my generalization. I think people, you know, think that that makes it everything easy. If you have a soulmate, everything's going to be easy. You don't have to try. You know what I'm saying? Things just work. He's the yin to my yang. And, you know, I don't see none of that in the Bible. Like, I try to go off the Bible when it, you know, in regards to marriage and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Everything is your choice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, you know, even if you have a quote unquote soulmate, it's going to take work, you know, to cultivate that, to, you know, try to create that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I believe, you know, kind of in that. I think that everybody can have a soulmate, but I do want to get into what actual doctor said. I think they broke it down as far as what, you know, there are different types of quote unquote, you know, kind of soulmates that, you know what I'm saying, people can get into. But I think, honestly, this is just me. I may be just ignorant on the subject, but when people think of soulmate, it's just in one box. It's not several different types or forms that you really think about when it comes to soulmates. You just like, either you is or you ain't, you know what I'm saying? In all different phases and facets, you know, of the spectrum, you know what I'm saying? So, because people nowadays, I believe that when, you know, that's a reason why a lot of people, you know, the marriage, I think that the average age is 32, I think now. I think average age, you know, when we was growing up in our era in the 80s and stuff, I think it was around 24, 25. You know, as the decades and stuff went on, marriage ages.
My dad was 23.
Okay. That was
my mom was 20.
And that was normal probably when they did it.
And they're still to this day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
On it.
Like, they still to this day on it. You know what I'm saying? Like 64 and 61. You know what I'm saying? Like, and still. You know,
but that was normal back in that day. Like our boy, we were just talking about before camera. Titan, Trail. He got married super young.
Man, proud of my guy.
You know what I'm saying? But during the time that they did it, it was like, what are you doing, bruh?
Yeah, it was an anomaly because I want to say he's been married for a while.
Yeah.
Has he been married longer than you?
Yeah. I've been married 8. I think he's been married 10.
But yeah, I'm saying, but he's younger.
Yeah.
You know, so
that was definitely like, what you doing? Because you ain't supposed to do that. You supposed to be, kicking and doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out.
Yeah, shout out to my boy, Latrell Freeman.
Young Titan.
AKA Young Titan.
Yeah. Doing that. So it's like, because your soulmate is somebody that theoretically, you can correct me if I'm wrong, stop me where I'm, hitting on here, but, somebody that they just get you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's easy. It's quote unquote kind of easy selling. You get this, I get it. It's kind of maybe moving into what we talked about between love and compatibility, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you mostly get that person, you know what I'm saying? It's a feeling, I think. Right, yeah. More so of a feeling, not necessarily a decision.
Right, it's emotional.
You know what I'm saying?
Logical or practical.
Right. So when you say a soulmate, it's like, we have the same interests.
Right.
We grew up together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The stars align. Like you went to the same high school. I went to the same high school. We ended up going to the same college and we just happened to connect in the same city. You know what I'm saying? Like you must be my soulmate. You know what I'm saying? So, and for me, obviously, with this, man, with my life and stuff, I got notes. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple. I just got a couple notes.
They don't call it Term City for nothing. If you're not from Memphis, you don't know about Ruby Wilson, R.I.P. One of the queens.
Yeah.
And I don't want. I know you was about to go on the road.
No,
I would say, because you mentioned the biblical aspect, and you see, I got my. Straight out of God's word.
Oh, I didn't even look. I ain't gonna lie.
I know, right? In spite of the yak, I'm good. If you ain't kicked it with me, then you don't know. But no, I'm A1. But I will say this. So, first of all, that term is more modern, and I would say modern in terms of the last maybe 30, 40 years.
What term you talking about?
Soulmate.
Okay.
Soulmate, going back to your point about the emotional thing, comes from this idea that we get from movies and stuff like, oh, we just fit, or he just gets me, or she just understands, or she knows.
Your fantasy, your
right?
Disney
Your
movies.
fantasy, right?
Yep.
Or rom-coms, or what is it? Sleepless in Seattle, The Bridges of Madison County. What is it? Jerry Maguire. You had me a hello,
right?
Like, so you have those type of idea with The Notebook. You have the.
You watch The Notebook?
I saw The Notebook. That's a whole nother
what? I'll
give you The Notebook story.
Okay,
because that's actually in my.
That's not in your weird. Like I didn't watch it, but I didn't expect you.
No, that's in the Ratchet Life of Roche Reagan.
Okay, all right.
I did watch The Notebook.
The Notebook. Okay.
So, but we have this idea of what relationships should be, and so we think, or when somebody is not that they're not a soulmate. But going back to let's look at first of all. Your mate is somebody that you mate with, or that you're that you cohabitate with, that you you have sex with, maybe reproduce with,
for sure.
But soul, what is a soul? So biblically, your soul is your mind, your will, and emotions. So when you say soulmate, then that means that somebody is aligned with you in their mind, in their will. By will, meaning your determination, meaning your intentions, meaning your thought process, and your emotions, your feelings. So there's somebody that matches all of that. Now, when you think about that, though, let's just look at it with like friendships, for example. Your friends, it's a choice. Like for us, for example, like we don't like everything. Like if you remember, I joked with you, like you used to like the Tony Yayo album. You thought that was like the best. At the time, you thought that was the best album ever, right? But
no, let me take my defense. Go ahead. Look, babe. Tony Yayo, I mess with the single on the joint, right? Because I said I like the single, the joint he had with Joe,
right?
The pimpin' joint,
right?
And we don't love all we love enough. Mm-hmm. We ain't up enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like that single and, you know, so I bought the album. I came, maybe I think back to Memphis or something like that. I think I was okay. So I got the Tony Yayo album. I think it came out at the same time the Kanye West. The Graduation came out.
And I'm like, they don't fit. They're not compatible.
I know.
Like, how you go from, you know what I'm saying, like Kanye to Through the Wire, and you know what I'm saying, and then you turn and like all that Yayo, like there are two.
It is two different things. So I did that, but I was at the time where I was just, you know, I would just buy random CDs or stuff that I like. Honestly, I was one of the ones that
trying to sell dope. No,
sorry. One of them things. Like, look at her. He telling my life story. He telling my life story. But you know, when I was one of the ones where the record companies they got you. You know what I'm saying? When they try to sell the single.
Oh no,
you know
like I was caught up in 50 Mania when that Bulletproof came out. Oh nigga, nigga, I played that joint, man, 4 or 5 times. Nigga, I was driving the F-150. Yeah, you know what, man, young nigga, man, that was like me and Paco was sharing the truck. Like, man, I'm driving the F-150, and everybody who know Wes, Nova, Chris Bennett, Darian, Marcus, y'all know, y'all used to ride in the F-150 with me.
Let me say this one thing too. Shout out to Nova, man.
Nova.
All the stuff we say, we hear the keeping it presidential. That is him, his voice. I want to actually say that he recorded that at my crib at the time. You know, in the closet. Nova. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy. I don't think I publicly.
MC extraordinaire, beat maker extraordinaire, man, a father.
He is
to his kids. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like, now I ain't gonna lie, I don't know everything I can call him for, but if I say I'm in trouble, somebody like it's about to go down,
he down for them. He'll throw for you.
He ain't gonna ask no questions. Nope. He getting the strap. He throwing them hands.
Yep.
That's my brother.
Yeah. Shout out to that. And so, honestly, we gonna need you, Nova, soon. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna remake that song. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna put it out. You know what I'm saying?
And his voice has just gotten more aggressive.
Really?
Salute. Like, that's him. Salute.
The salute. Really, like, hey. The Keep It Presidential, that's his voice on that. That's actually, you know, Rag's song, but he was featured on there. But like I said, he has a magical voice for the studio as an artist.
Because I want to say, like, I wrote the hook, but like, my voice didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, his voice caught the whole.
He put the.
You know what I'm saying? Like he put the
water in the Kool-Aid
on it. Like
he put the water in the Kool-Aid. Yeah, you had the Kool-Aid. He put the water on it. Dog.
Yeah, like no, like
and the sugar. You know
I was just say I had to pack it.
He had to pack
but he had the sugar in the water. I had to pack it.
Yeah,
but you can take a Kool-Aid packet. It don't taste good if you don't add that sugar in the water.
So he had the sugar in the water. So
man, so shout out to my kinfolk.
Yes, sir. So continue. I had to stop to give a shout out on that because when I put the stuff on there, salute
right. Yeah, that's him. That's him. So y'all know that's him.
Yeah.
But so like. I got caught up in the 50 Mania, right? So, but again, as I was making the juxtaposition of Tony Yayo, Kanye is considered a lyricist, a good songwriter. Tony Yayo, not so much. But you think like they don't line up, but those was the 2 albums in your rotation, right?
Would you say Tony Yayo and Crunchy Black were kind of
I would say more.
But Tony was he
was a little bit more lyrical than Crunchy, but like Tony Yayo, Crunchy, Magoo,
but look,
shout out to Magoo.
Even as Memphians, we rock with Crunchy.
No, we rock with Crunchy.
Still,
and man, love to put a body in the field.
Put your body in the field. Like
you can believe in this.
You know what I mean?
You can believe in that. You can believe I got a baseball bat and I'm busting your head back. You can believe I'm coming strong.
Given from where I'm from.
Crunchy is like, Crunchy.
Given from where I'm from.
And he's really about that life though.
Oh yeah, he is. Mm-hmm. He is. Like people that you knew somebody that knew Crunch. But even now, if you watch the Vlad TV.
Watch the Vlad TV.
Watch the Vlad TV.
He don't even call him Vlad, he call him Glad. But we going off on a tangent, man.
It is.
And it's not the Yak fault because you see, I ain't even got into it. It's a lot in there.
Not yet, but it's coming.
But anywho, like when you say soulmate, you feel like you see how we got serious real quick.
Yeah.
You're saying that somebody aligns with you, your mind, your will, and emotions. Now that takes, to be honest, it takes a choice. So that goes back to the love and compatibility thing.
Yeah.
So now if I choose to align with you in your mind, in your will, in your emotions, in your mind and how you think and what makes you tick and how you operate, your will, what drives you, what pushes you, what motivates you, what encourages you, your emotions and how you feel. Most relationships that work, anybody will tell you, it takes work. To quote the great Vince Lombardi, the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. You got to put that work in.
Facts.
And so when you say we work at it, if we work at it, that's a choice. So if it's a choice and I have to choose to do it, then it's not like it's just fate. It's just divine design. It's just providence. It's just, oh, this person fell into my lap and it's just we get it. No, if I have to work at it, then that means I have to choose to do it. And so with that being said, that can be anyone that I choose to work it out with, that I choose to go through the process with. And just like I can choose to go through the process with you and to fight with you, to grind with you, to build with you, I can choose to not.
Right. And that's the key part about it, because that's what I believe when people think about a soulmate, just like we were talking about the love and compatibility. That's why I thought compatibility can be kind of be a cop out, because now you're, you know what I'm saying, it's built on something that's going to change. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, you know what I'm saying, you're going to evolve. Like you're going to have different, you know, especially if you get married, like we said, our boy Trail, if you get married at 19 or 20, you're going to have different interests.
He's not the same person that he was at 20.
Exactly. So
you know what I'm saying? Like he's a completely different person. He's evolved this stuff. And I use this example a lot. Like when I was a kid, like especially when we lived in Maryland and Virginia, like, man, M&M's, Snickers, Almond Joy, Mound, Hershey's Kisses, Hershey bars, Symphony bars, Mr. Good bars.
Symphony bar.
Like,
okay.
For real. Like anything. Now, you know, we couldn't afford the Symphony, but them was expensive.
I know what you're talking about.
I had to swipe them out to 7-Eleven. They had 7-Eleven back in, I stayed in Woodbridge when I lived in Virginia. Had to swipe them out to 7-Eleven. And I mean, I'm when I say young nigga, I mean like 6, 7. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you can't come back and get them.
Yeah,
you can't come back. And get them.
I didn't move back to Memphis until I was 8. You know what I'm saying? I was 8 going on 9 when we moved back to Memphis. And so like coming back to South Memphis, you know what I'm saying? And we over there, you know, Lemoyne Garden. My uncle stayed by A.B. Hill, so we'd be over there a lot. And so it was a little corner store over there by A.B. Hill. It's like lemon heads. They call grape heads now, but Alexander the Grape. They call apple heads now, but it was Johnny Apple Treats. I know you remember the Johnny Apple Treats.
Laffy Taffies?
Yeah, Laffy Taffies. Nihilators. Like I didn't know what like, and so people would say nihilators. I thought it was spelled Nile, because you know, again, I'm a kind of a nerd. I'm like annihilator. Like what's a nihilator? Like the Nile River. It was now and laters.
Now and later. Yep.
But people say nihilators.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what's a, like, no, that doesn't say now later. Like, that's now and later.
And
like,
I thought everybody pronounced it that way. But when I got to TSU and I got out of my Memphis area, like people, I say now later, they're like, you know, people were looking at me silly. I was just like, I thought everybody said now. You know what I'm saying? Like it was, I don't know if it's just a South thing or, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm at TSU, I'm around different people from the West. East,
and a lot of East Coast, like Atlanta people come to TSU, Virginia people come to TSU, and then you got people from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, like, but so now, you know, like today, I eat chocolate, you know what I'm saying, but like, man, you know the flavored lemon head, like the lemon heads with all the, like with the lemon heads, orange, you know, grape, apple, cherry, like that's my, like when Teacher Appreciation Day, like I would have so many kids that would get me because they knew like, oh, Mr. Raglan like lemon head, oh, Mr. Raglan like Mike and Ike's, Mr. Raglan like Sprees, he like Sweet Tarts, you know what I'm saying? He like Skittles, he like Starburst, like, and I had my top 5, like, you know what I'm saying? Like they knew what to get me. None of them was chocolate. But now you talk to 8-year-old me, it was nothing but M&M's, Hershey's, Symphony bars, Hershey's Kisses, Reese's Pieces, Reese's, Mound, Almond Joy. Like if it had chocolate in it, Raglan was in it to win it. You know, but when we moved back to Memphis, it was like, oh, now I want Mike and Ike's. Now I want lemon heads. Now I want Sprees. Now I want Sweet Tarts, Nerds, Runts. So who I was at 8 is not who I am now. And so when you talk about relationships, soulmate, compatibility, like you might have met a chick at a basketball game. Y'all liked basketball, but as you get old, like you still like going to the game.
Right.
She not so much.
Right.
Y'all might have met each other at the club. She still like dancing.
Perfect example. Yeah.
You're more, I want to go to the library and read a book, or I want to sit at home and watch a movie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we like going to the movies together. It's pandemic. I don't like germs.
Right.
You still down to go. She, not so much. Y'all met at a barbecue. Now she's a vegan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so when you talk about that soulmate thing, you're saying that it's just like this person is always in tune with you in everything you do, no matter what. They never have to guess. They never have to work at anything. They know exactly when you want to argue, when you don't, when you want to have sex, when you don't, when you want to talk, when you don't, when you want to go out, when you don't, if you want to have another kid, when you don't, and nobody. And so we say that,
exactly.
But that implies that you match all the time in every situation, in everything, and that's unrealistic.
I want to say this real quick. I wrote something down in my note that says the idea of a soulmate puts us in danger of mistaking passion for love and big feelings for commitment. The idea that God designed a specific spouse for each person as a soulmate or perfect fit apart from you can never be happy is not biblical. You know what I'm saying? God does not have, quote unquote, you say the one as your perfect spouse created from the beginning of time. Because if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? Like Adam and Eve, you know what I'm saying? He had a choice of what to do. You know what I'm saying?
He told God, if you go back and look, he said God made Eve from him, and he told God, this is it. She is flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. She came out of man, so I'm going to call her woman.
And who made
her
the choice?
name will be Eve. He made the choice. And he was so in love with her that he disobeyed God because it's like, I'm just so enamored by how bad she is. And you know, I know what you said, Lord, but like, hey, this,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I imagine Eve was the type of woman that Juvenile wrote about when he was writing. Like, so you're working with you bad shit. She made Adam spend his cash, his last year. They probably frowned when she passed, They mad, Like, okay, I'm not gonna quote no more Juvenile, but I'm just saying.
But that is
Juvenile got a lot of wisdom.
That was a good man, Juvie. Man, look,
like I told, like what did I do that on the podcast?
The ghetto philosopher
in the mirror every day, and I told myself I'm a paper chaser. I got my block on fire. I remain a G.
You did. I remember that.
But again, it goes back to what you were saying. It was a choice. He made the choice.
He made it. And the crazy part is that, you know, God put all the stuff, all the animals in front of him, you know, to find a suitable whatever it may. But then he made somebody, took a deep sleep, took somebody from his rib, from his inside, from his own person, his inner person, and made it. And he pretty much, you know, automatically thought.
And he still had to choose, though,
this is
and
it.
Say that this is it.
Right.
She's it. I'm straight. I'm good.
God didn't point her out to be like, this who you should be with. You know what I'm saying?
And then check this out, but just to show, like, I ain't gonna get real deep because that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But so, like, when Cain was born, she named him Cain because what she said was, God gave me a man. You see what I'm saying? So if Adam was the soulmate, she was like, oh no, Cain means God gave me a man. So like now we look at Cain as being bad, like somebody, oh, Cain, he killed his brother. No, Cain means God gave me a man. This is my man. Even though Adam actually means man.
Right.
That's what Adam means, man.
Yeah. And that's where the whole friction and stuff came about. Because once that happened, that's when, you know, the man and the woman actually started to have problems. within each other because of the curse and everything failing and stuff within that. But getting back to the subject at hand with the soulmate, it is, you know what I'm saying? We're not robots. We're not, God didn't design us. He designed us with a free will, just like you said. We know what we believe. We know each other's heart. We know we believe in the blood of Jesus. But if you don't believe in that, that's not what we agree with, but that's fine because you have the free,
you have the right freedom to believe in whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do.
And it don't make me better because I believe differently.
Yeah.
It don't make you better because you believe differently.
Yeah.
But God loves us so much that he did not force anybody to believe or think a certain way. And so with that being said, when you say soulmate, it implies that I don't have a choice in how I feel about you.
Right.
And how I operate or act towards you. It's just innately in me. Even when you're an asshole, I still just, your boo-boo smell like roses and lime. Fresh water with lime because it's just I'm so enamored with you. No. I choose to think that when you take a dump, it smells like lime and water and roses.
Yep.
That's a choice.
Yeah. And a lot of stuff get mixed up in there too with the soulmate. Oh, this is my soulmate. I don't know what it is to bring me back to him. Okay, in the world we live today, if you're talking about a woman or man, let's say a woman, for example, more times than not, it could just be the dick. You know what I'm saying? You think this is my soulmate. I'm so into this person. No, you're romantically inclined with him and you like what you get from him.
So let me interrupt you for a second. So wait a second. So you're married to a woman, right?
Correct.
You've only dated women, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You speak from a heterosexual perspective.
All day.
So, and you knowing me.
Yeah.
Like you've only seen me with women.
Yeah.
Probably more than I would care to admit on this podcast. But so when we're speaking, if somebody who's watching this is a homosexual, we're not speaking to offend you or negating your experience, but we're speaking from our experience. Mm-hmm. I only know how to speak heterosexual because that's what I am. I don't know how to speak homosexual.
Right.
So when we're not negating your experience, we're just speaking from the standpoint of, and again, JB's a married man. He's speaking from his experience and everything that he's experienced. Mm-hmm. He's speaking from that standpoint. I'm speaking from my experience in that standpoint, but I don't know how to speak homosexual because I don't care what you wear, nigga. Like if you put on a thong or something, like you just a nigga in a thong. Like I don't that don't do nothing for me.
Right.
Like, now, like, my favorite, if my lick the face award come in here and she walk in with it's a completely different reaction.
Chloe.
So definitely. So make sure you put the mystical, the emoji, the gift when that come up. But so I just interrupted you. So, cause I know it's some people who watch who may not be on that thought process. Yeah. And so we're not negating anybody's experience, but we're speaking. If you're watching this, we're speaking strictly from our area of expertise. Mm. So it's not to negate anybody's experience or to say the way you feel is unimportant, but we're speaking strictly from our perspective. Mm. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Good. I do want to get into this is actually a doctor. It's called Dr. Michael Tobin. Mm-hmm. And he actually, it was interesting to me because he has different types of soulmates. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was interesting. I think this dude got 40 years as a marriage psychologist and stuff. And so, he's at least versed in this. And I thought it was a good thing to kind of put in there. The types of soulmates. One of them are romantic soulmates. Romantic soulmates ignite one another's passion throughout their time together. They have the capacity to bring one another to heights of physical and emotional pleasure. However, we've all experienced breakups. Even if we were with someone who hit the hot and heavy marks, passion can be a brief flame that burns hot and then extinguishes. For those rare romantic soulmates, the flame burns continuously because they're both committed to keeping the fire lit throughout their time together.
So basically, that standpoint, I ain't gonna get you in trouble because you just celebrated an anniversary. So basically, I'm gonna put myself on the spot. Like I ain't gonna lie, like
yeah,
because you just said like I was that nigga that like I got the 2:00 in the morning call. Like I could call somebody, you know what I'm saying? At 2:00 in the morning, they'd be like, "What you doing?" And I'd be like, "I'm down the street." They'd be like, "For real?" And I wasn't even down the street. Like I was just saying it to see what they would say.
Right.
And I was close enough to where I could be there within 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna put myself all the way out there and be like somebody comment and tell me I'm lying. Yeah. Cause then you finna tell on yourself. Cause I got receipts. I be like, nah, I ain't gonna bust nobody out like that. But what that means is when you know you got that, what Bernie Mac say, when you bring the dick and they got that fire, they got that fire.
I caught your boy Juvenile. You got that fire.
Right. So holler at you with that Oscar Mayer. Like so, and they bringing that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They bringing that WAP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got that fire and they got that WAP, and it's just every time. Y'all, matter of fact, y'all got to stay away from each other.
That connection, because
y'all know that even though y'all may be in a I hate the whole toxic thing, but y'all are not good together, but y'all are good in that area. And sometimes y'all are so good in that area, y'all think y'all can be more than just that. Because the sexual intimacy or the physical intimacy is so good,
so hot,
right? And so you may have been in that in the past where it's just like you knew you was putting it down, and then that box was warm and fuzzy, and like you just
hibernation.
Yeah, oh yeah, you fall asleep. So they could get it with the lights on twice on Sunday.
So that was one romantic soulmates. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was good. Another one, Dr. Tobin put out there, soul partners. Okay, they said, has it been years since you connected with a friend from elementary school, but when you do, you just click? Mm-hmm. A soul partner is that person who you haven't seen in years, and when you reunite, you feel like time and separation have no bearing on the depth of the connection. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say I use me as an example. So like in male and female, like so I told you me and Kaz, you know what I'm saying? Like we hollered at each other a few weeks ago, and like even though like I ain't seen him since was it 2019 when he came back. I think we went to was it 2018, 2019 we went to Dave and Buster,
something like that. 2020 for sure.
Yeah, no, definitely wasn't 2020. But we me, you, him, and Pat, and like But I hadn't seen him since then, and he hit me up just out the blue. Like he hit me, I was tripping. I'm like, I saw his face pop up. I'm like, what the hell? I had to answer that.
Right.
And it was like, but we talked for like 3 hours. And it was like nothing you would have thought
every time
we had been talking every day or once a week.
Yeah. I had the same thing with him.
Don't matter how long we go without speaking. Like, he's somebody that we chat, like me and you. It's been some times where we went some months and we didn't talk, and when we pick back up, it's like it's nothing.
Just like that.
My homeboy Stefan. My cousin D, like when we it might be a few weeks, we start chopping it up. It's like you never it's nothing.
Yeah.
On the female perspective, like AO, like we don't talk all the time, but like when we do,
when link,
man, like we can easily talk 2 hours like it's nothing.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing like we just tripping. Like we got inside jokes. Times we did a show or we did I was helping her DJ, and like. It's that partner aspect of like time doesn't matter, but when you connect, y'all still have that.
Preach.
Not gonna mention any.
That's good. That's
you
good.
Probably know. Yeah, you probably. I ain't gonna say no name, but you probably know a couple. But
that's good.
It was something like, I don't I ain't trying to mess your marriage up or nothing like that.
No, you got.
So I ain't gonna say no name.
Not right now.
So what Dr. Tobin talk about?
This third one here. So now we got the romantic soulmates. We got the soul partners. This next one, he calls it karmic soulmates. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm thinking it derives from the word karma or something like that. I assume. But it says you've met a karmic soulmate when you're in sync about common purposes.
Okay.
You're both here together to make a difference in the world, and your skills complement one another. You're ideal partners, to fulfill a shared mission. You know what I'm saying? This kind of relationship doesn't require love or intimacy, and instead relies on putting your best selves forward to achieve something that matters. You know what I'm saying? So that can be, in our vein, like that could be mission work. You know what I'm saying? People that are, so in tune together, they both have, the mission mindset, you know what I'm saying? And return within that, I guess you can create love and intimacy through that because you're spending so much time and you are so passionate about your mission that can happen. But that's what I see kind of with this, what it's called the karmic soulmates.
And even you know both of these people. So shout out to my homegirl Jen. Shout out to my homegirl Essence. But those are two people that, depending on what they're talking about, like they can hit me up, and because whatever the subject matter is, like we can talk one day for 4 hours, or we can talk 3 or 4 days for an hour apiece. Mazel tov. That means good things.
Yeah.
Cause you know what? When somebody sneezes, you say bless you, but when somebody like coughs, don't get no love.
No, we don't get no love.
So when you cough, I say mazel tov. It means good things.
He said mazel tov.
Mazel, mazel.
All right.
Good things. But like with those two, like, and I don't talk to them like, I ain't even gonna lie. I think I talked to Essence on Instagram. Like she messages a lot and she'll send topics and stuff. So shout out to my girl SO.
For sure.
But like I ain't talked to Jen in a couple of years. But like I said, usually she'll like, oh, I'm doing this, or I'm doing like, what do you think about this? Or and we'll chop it up for a minute, and it's strictly about the mission or the vision of what she's doing. And it might be another 6 months, a year, like, like we don't normally just hit each other, hey, you good? Like we don't have those conversations, but when we do, we can easily have a 30-minute, an hour, a couple of hour conversation, but it's about, I'm doing this. What do you think about this? You think I'm moving this way? What advice do you have? And we'll just be, you would think like we talk all the time.
Right.
But,
shout out to Jan on that, because she actually shot the proposal video that I did with wifey when I proposed to her on the rooftop of the Madison.
Yeah, and a lot of our old photo shoots from when
DMR. Yep.
Yeah, like she shot a lot of our videos. My old Tupac looking joint.
She did.
Yeah, it's like
that was the top of the cheesecake joint downtown.
Yeah, she's like, man, y'all trying to be Pac, ain't it? And then he was like, yeah, she shot that.
That was dope. So so now y'all, we have romantic soulmates, soul partners, karmic soulmates, and this next one here is companion soulmates. This is the yin to your yang, the peanut butter to your jelly. You get it. Friends are an essential part of our lifetime journey, and those of this soulmate type help us laugh when we're in pain, nurture us when we're suffering, flow with us when we're riding high, challenge us to be real, love us with our warts, and never abandon us in anger. And we do the same with them. You know what I'm saying? So those can be, just like, like we said, cake and, fall in line, necessarily with that. And so, and this is what I'm thinking with that. It doesn't have to be, I guess, gender thing, because I think these things can be, I think when we think of soulmates, obviously you think of a love partner, right? You know what I'm saying? But like you explained, your mind, will, and your emotions, that doesn't necessarily have to be a female, right? You know what I'm saying? That can be somebody we connect with, friendship wise, and that, you know what I'm saying, that we get something from somebody. I think, and you said maybe in a couple episodes ago, maybe in the love and compatibility one, that every one person shouldn't be your everything.
Right. You can't put everything on one person.
Right. And so, and these kind of breaks everything down to get in that. You got anything else to add?
Well, now, with me, like I'm always that friend. Like if you full of it, I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
If you wrong, I'm gonna be like, hey man, you tripping.
You tripping. Oh,
but I will say you're that way with me. like I can tell you something and you be like, yeah, nah, I don't think you need to. Yeah, like, and a lot of times I make jokes about it coming up with talk. Yeah, I don't want to talk about this. And you be like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Like, or it'll have you had a topic list and it's like so, and I'm sitting up there looking like,
no, yeah.
But when I'm wrong, you have the balls enough to tell me I disagree with you. You're wrong. Oh, my baby brother. You know what I'm saying? John, the bird.
Jay.
He gonna tell me like, man, you was wrong, or you tripping, or I think you need to get. He gonna tell. He ain't just so enamored with the fact that I'm his big brother that I can't do no wrong. He gonna tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He don't care what I got to think about it.
Right. That's true.
But then when he get through, he gonna be, hey, you my big brother. I love you, brother. But you, my homeboy Stefan. quick to tell me, man, hey, you full of shit for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know my boy Hawkins, John.
Hawk.
Bobby's brother. Like, you know, he'll tell me, hey, Shay, like, this ain't you. You need to straighten up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my homeboys. Like, I got several people that's in my life that will tell me I'm off or I'm wrong or I need to get it together. I need to fix it. I need to straighten it out. And so those people, I would consider that in terms of from the soul aspect is not trying to placate me, you know, or pander to me. Just what I want to hear. I don't have a problem saying you screwed up in the head. Like the way you thinking is wrong. Right.
Or ask somebody like when you're in that space, like when you need help.
Yeah.
Say that you need help.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't you know, don't you know, just always talking whatever is fine. But if somebody can actually reach out and tangibly do something, just like the times when you came over to the crib, we were just, you know, watching NFL Red Zone and you know doing stuff like that. Like,
you have no idea. For everybody who know mental health is real.
Yeah.
You know, we did a video on therapy, idol or ally. I'm big on counseling. Yeah. Not so much therapy, but like, dude, you real live was doing counseling because I was screwed up. Yeah. And while we were sitting up there watching, you know, 2 minutes of while people being close to scoring a touchdown, like we was real life chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was you. It was not Trail Freeman, but Latrell Fitzgerald, Rod, Marco, rest in peace. Keenan, like y'all was real live doing counseling with me because I was screwed up. I was hurting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But y'all was real live getting me through what I was going through. And so, but at the same time, y'all wasn't just, oh, Shay, you all right, it's not you, it's hurt. Like, y'all, like where I screwed it, y'all was said like, you shouldn't have did that. Right. You can't go back to that. You wasn't just telling me what I needed. Well, put it like this, you wasn't telling me what I wanted to hear. You were telling me what I needed. Right. And I might have wanted to hear it wasn't my fault. But what I needed was, no, you was wrong too. Yeah. You can't go back there. If you go back there, you're going to be screwed up again.
Can make it worse.
Yeah. And so, man, shout out to all the people who was with me during that time in my life. And you was one of those folks. And I appreciate you for that. And all love, man. You know, like I said, I've shouted out you John Hawkins.
There for me. Yeah.
Stephon Meeks, D. Catron, Ty Dixon. You know, like these are people just throughout my life. And even in that time, Latrell Fitzgerald, my boy C-Dub from the Great Commission, you know, my boy Charlie, Super Mario, Mario. C-Micah, like all these was dudes while I was going through in different areas in my life. But even in that time, like was with me, calling me, checking up on me, man.
Yeah, you know, that's a beautiful thing, man. So we got romantic soulmates, soul partners, karmic soulmates, companion soulmates. And this next one here says kindred soulmates. You know, you found a kindred soulmate when you pretty much agree on all of the small and big stuff. You love the same things, laugh at the same jokes, agree and disagree with love and affection, compete with gusto, but without bitterness or jealousy. These people share the same journey toward truth and love. You know what I'm saying? So that I think, honestly, probably when people probably think of soulmates, they probably think of
that's more. It sounds like a platonic friendship.
Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it sounds like. I think that's actually the AKA about it. And that's the thing I think we talked about. Just like I've had different connections with different women that it's not my wife. You know what I'm saying? And they like basketball. They, you know what I'm saying? We grew up in the, you know, same area, you know, and stuff of that nature. We laughed, you know, at similar stuff. But then when it came to, you know, dealing with stuff in the word or in the Bible or just in different higher level relationship stuff that we didn't agree with, they maybe didn't want kids. You know what I'm saying? I at least want 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? That's stuff of that nature. But like you like the same movies. You know what I'm saying? They like Rocky like I did. You know what I'm saying? Stuff of that nature. Like, okay, we cool.
She say she like Batman. Nigga,
ooh, like. Dark Knight. Ooh. See? That's just a different. That's just a different level. You know what I mean? So,
nigga. My nigga Batman.
So the Kendrick Soul. So this next one here is called. I think it's the last one here. Called Soul Contracts. The doctor said on that. He said this is an interesting type of soulmate because it's when two people are bound by common commitment to speak the truth, be emotionally open with one another, own up to deceits, and be authentic. A soul contract might look like a married couple where one spouse cheated, but they stay together, not for the kids or appearances, but because there's a deep law of attraction within pulling them together for their lifetime. You know what I mean? So that's an interesting one.
I'm not gonna argue with him because he's a doctor.
Bring it.
But I feel like when you say like it means like a contract is almost like an obligation, right?
Yeah.
So
it is. Yeah.
I see a soul contract as in like, and he said not for the kids, but like
right.
Like I think that's when people say they stay together for a kid. Like we do get along, but it's really because the kids here, or it's because we got this property together, or because we're in this business together, or because I know something about you that like we did some dirt together, and like you can bear me, I can throw you up under the bus. Like it's more of an obligation, and you get along together well enough to where it's bearable,
right? But
it's really the root of it is only because I got this dirt on you,
right? Yeah.
But you're passable enough that I can be good. But if I didn't have this dirt on you, or you didn't have this dirt on me, like I could bounce,
right?
But because we both got this dirt on each other, or because we both in this business together, or because we both got this property together, because we both got these kids together, we cool enough to where
we can work through it.
Matter of fact, give you a good example. You know my show is The Wire.
Yep.
It's where the name
Stringer Bell.
Stringer from.
Yep.
In season 3, Avon and Stringer was both in almost like an obligated contract type of situation. They had been friends for so long. All of the properties that he had put in both of their names, you know what I'm saying? Avon had properties in his name, but he got them because of Stringer. Stringer was feared in the streets because of Avon. Like they mutually benefited off of each other. And so it's like, we're really going in two separate directions, but Avon is thinking like, okay, I got all this legitimate stuff because of you. You know all these moves. You're the brain. You know how to think. Like you can make some moves I don't make. Stringer's thinking like, okay, when I say Avon, like niggas in the street, like bow down. You know what I'm saying? Like all I got to do is say Avon. Like we didn't came up through the ranks. We was kids together. We did all this, you know. But it was more out of convenience. But when they did kick it, it was cool. As long as they wasn't discussing business. They didn't mind being around each other because you my boy. Man, we go back. Man, we done came up from the mud. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they really got deep into the business, like you could see where they was going separate, but because they had that commonality in a lot of different things, it was like the obligation, the contract.
Yep.
You my street cred. You my legit cred. We good. We enjoy having a drink together. We smoke a black and mild together. You know what I'm saying? But like, now, when it's conflict, we sense the conflict, but because we got all this other commonalities, we're able to, and the people around, we look at like the Bodies and the people, Slim Charles and the people that was in their organization, they didn't know it was conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they saw it, they was like, is that something? But it looked like they was vibing. But it was more sense off of an obligation as opposed to a legit connection. And so to me, that's a good example of two people who were contracted to be together as opposed to they necessarily wanted to, because they were going in different directions, but they had all these obligations which made them be together.
And so I think the whole totality of it is, even if you quote unquote find or have a soulmate, you still have to make a choice and still cultivate whatever that is, because nothing's going to happen automatically, because you two are both free moral agents, you know what I'm saying, that have to, you know, figure it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all, especially on this, y'all, please don't be afraid to comment. I think some
Please
people
comment.
You know what I'm saying? Comment down below. I think I've seen people out before and they'll tell me, always seen your podcast and I thought about this on this, episode. I was like, just, make a comment. Comment. Don't,
If you go to the streaming sites, leave a review.
Yeah, please do that. Please do that. And so y'all continue with that executive mindset.
And you better know to most definitely keep it presidential.
Woo!
Arrivederci.
Salute.
Bow.
Keep it presidential.